Alright, welcome to my WWE Roblox review. Um, when I got in last night about 12:30, maybe 1:30, then I watched it. About fell asleep in the last match, and I was so tired, but I stayed up, watched all of it. Let me just say, WWE Roblox, it might have been predictable, very predictable with the matches. But they were pretty good matches. You can't lie about that, honestly, if you want to say about that. Um, to start off Roblox, the New Day faced League of Nations for tag team championships, and I really did think this was a very, very good match. Um, the dynamic between these two tag teams was pretty good, in my opinion. I didn't think it was going to be good when I heard the match, but these two teams did a very good job. And then you had Xavier Woods come up when basically League of Nations had the win, and then distracting them, and then what can I say? Big E does the final ending or whatever it's called, and then pins Barrett. And I feel bad for Barrett because since if he's really going to leave WWE when his contract ends, all he's going to do is get pinned. But New Day wins and retains the tag team champions of the League of Nations. And then after that, you have a Paul Heyman interview slash promo. It looked like it was supposed to be an interview, but basically he just took it over and he was going to do a damn promo. And when I tell you his promo, you know him on the mic, Paul Heyman, one of the best. It was a great promo and everything. It just had to get you excited like always. Then Y2J comes out, and I thought he was supposed to have a highlight reel, but that had to change. So he comes out, looks like he's ready for a fight. He gets the mic, cuts the meanest promo. As this is one of his better promos, and he's from Canada, and he was talking trash about his hometown. How good is that as a heel? But then he mentioned Swagger's name, like for Swagger to beat him at WrestleMania, whatever it was for the championship. I could care less because since then Swagger hasn't been nothing. Uh, I really can't. I really didn't like who they put up against Y2J. If they was gonna put up a good person, you would have thought they would have put up somebody else in Swagger because that crowd was like, "Who is this dude?" I mean, the only thing he would do, and crowd would do it, is that "we the people" thing, and other than that, there was like they didn't. It was basically Y2J was the face of the match when he's supposed to be the heel. It didn't work out really good, but Y2J cuts one of the meanest promos in his hometown against his hometown, and then beats Swagger. Then next up, you had Dash and Dawson, the Revival, versus Enzo More and Big Cass with Carmella on their side, like always. Um, this match was another good match between them. Um, I want to say the one in Takeover London was better by a little bit, but another good match. Um, I knew, I thought that the Revival should win because Enzo and Big Cass are coming up to the main roster here soon. There's no doubt about it. It should be after WrestleMania. So this was the right move in my opinion. Maybe not in everybody else's, but this is right in my opinion. And the Revival, I don't know when they're going to come up, but when they do, they remind me of the tough tag teams in the Attitude Era. Basically the APA. That's what they remind me of. But yeah, the Revival retains the NXT Championships and beats Enzo and Cass once again. Then next you had a quote quote interview with I forget who, with Natalia, Natty. And Natty goes on to say that this match, first of all, they said it's not going to be a title match in that interview, but they added it to the card a couple days before that and said it was going to be a title match. So I didn't get that process at all. But then she goes on to say, this non-title match between Charlotte, I'm going to dedicate it to Bret Hart and everything because of him battling cancer and everything. And Charlotte's like, and comes with Ric Flair's like, oh, that's just so cute and blah, blah, blah about her doing it to Bret Hart. Then Natty goes on and says, why don't you put up the title, basically? And then it's a title match, even though we knew it was going to be a title match. I was confused watching that interview, honestly. I was like, this don't make no sense. So I didn't really like that part of what they talked about with it, but it's whatever. And this match, I've always went on the record, I love Natalia, Natty. Um, when I tell you, she always has good matches with about anybody. She can make Naomi even look good, and people, I don't like Naomi at all. She can, heck, she can make Brie Bella even look good. So, you know, this match was a very good match, and then should have known Ric Flair with his tactics helping Charlotte with another win. But you know what? This match was one of the best matches on the card. I really enjoyed it. I think Natalia, Natty, I don't get why she's not in the title picture or close to having the title, honestly. She's great. And I hope WWE realized that after last night's match. But yeah, Charlotte beats Natalia. Then we go on, Bray and Luke Harper comes out, and then, I don't know, I thought it was supposed to be Bray versus Brock. And they didn't do that. Then they said it was going to be a handicap match, but it became really a Luke Harper versus Brock Lesnar match, which was pretty good for the amount of time it had. But of course, Brock Lesnar squashes Luke Harper. And I guess they're just holding off for Bray and Brock, maybe post WrestleMania, what I'm hearing. So that will be good after WrestleMania. But Brock Lesnar beats Luke Harper. Then in the Sami Zayn and Stardust match, Michael Cole is like talking about, last time they had WrestleMania in Toronto or some kind of big event in Toronto. I cannot really remember what he said all the way. I want to say it was WrestleMania. But he was mentioning somebody else's name and then mentions Hulk Hogan's name. I have not heard of Hulk Hogan's name on commentary since that thing. So that, and he mentions it, if you want to go back and watch it, and if you didn't catch it, he mentions it at 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 34 seconds of the WWE Roadblock special. An hour, 42 minutes, and 34 seconds. That's where he mentions it. I want to say Hulk Hogan might be back in the WWE here soon after the trial. I don't think they just allow him to say Hulk Hogan's name like that, honestly, unless they knew that he might be coming back. But in that Sami Zayn and Stardust match, aka I'm just going to say Cody Rhodes, a great match, a very good match. Um, if this doesn't tell you, Cody Rhodes has had several gimmicks and has done it good, all of them good. Cody Rhodes needs to be back. Stardust, I liked the character at the beginning. Kind of getting old. Just let him be his own Cody Rhodes. But Sami Zayn beats Cody Rhodes, aka Stardust. Then you got the main event. Triple H comes out first, which is strange. I thought, Dean would come out first, honestly. But Triple H comes out first, then Dean. And this match was very, very, very entertaining. Very good. If it was like a Extreme Rules match, I think it'd be more entertaining. Of course it would be. I think they should have had it like that. But just several good moments in it. And, so there is a point where Triple H is on him, then Dean comes back. Then Dean hits Triple H with the Dirty Deeds out of nowhere. And he's covering him. And, the refs count 1, 2. And it stops the count because Dean's foot is under the rope. And it didn't appear that it was. So I cannot wait to see what they... I know they're going to talk about it on Raw Monday, so it'll be nice to see what they say about it. But I did not see it. And then there's a point, and then at the end of the match, they get an announce table, and Triple H on it, and Dean is just beating the crap out of him. Comes back to the ring, breaks up the count, then gets on the railing and jumps off it and goes through the table. So the ref is, Triple H is in the ring and he's counting, and it's like 9. And Triple H just like hits him with something and then pear grease him, and then that's it. Triple H wins in a very, very good match, retains the WWE Championship, and now definitely it's going to be Triple H versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 32. Then Dean versus Brock Lesnar. I give this WWE Roadblock, I can't really give it a thumbs down or thumbs up. Because at one point it was very predictable. I'm not going to do a poll about it, honestly. But I will do a poll on it on saying what grade do you give Roadblock. But I'm not going to do a thumbs up, thumbs down because it was very predictable card. But it was very good matches with it. I'm not going to lie. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'll be back Monday night or Tuesday with the Raw review from Pittsburgh, I believe. And, yep. Very predictable Roadblock, but good matches. So I'll see you Monday or Tuesday.